Hello everybody. This was a long project because things got in the way and it got put aside and I forgot about it or whatnot, about 2 years. But this is my favoriteest fish out of all the fossil fish I have. This one is my favorite, and it now proudly hangs on the wall in a special spot. Here's how I made the frame and how I put it on the wall, or where I put it on the wall, right over here. The two pieces in the back are some old fence cedar boards. It's going to be used for some decorative stuff for corners. You'll see. The stuff that's on the fish is stuff I cut off the property, and it's going to be for the frame and the trim on the inside of the frame. This is a piece of 5/16 plywood that's going to be used for the back of the frame. These are some of my air nailers I will be using to put this whole thing together. I've got to turn all this into a frame for this. So first, measurements. Okay. Cutting the pieces on my chop saw for the 45s on the main part of the frame. I've laid those loosely around the fish slab and it looks like it's going to work pretty darn good. Glued all the corners together, sat for 24 hours, took the strap off, and now I'm going to screw the corners together to make it nice and sturdy. This is what the screws look like, but in the end you'll see how you will not see these at all. A quick sand job, we're ready for the next step. Here I've cut the 5/16 inch ply to fit on the inside of this frame. After drilling all the holes for the screws, I use a countersink so that all the screws will fit nice and flush. Then it's just a matter of putting the screws in. I used a small pin nailer to put in to install the inside trim pieces. Being that the rock slab was of different thicknesses, this thin trim was easily bendable in order to make it fit the rock. There, that's got to dry. And then I can this is going to be corners. This is going to be corners. And then this is going to be a little piece for the middle. Ooh, I like that a lot. So, back to work! Okay, I went a little bit different on this trim. Here's the inside trim, here's the actual frame, and then I cut all these pieces, which is old cedar fence boards. I did this by hand, this 45, so that I tried to match them up so that, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's pretty close. And that's going to go here. 2 45s for each corner, and then there's 2 of these that'll go in the middle, like so. I don't know, breaks it up. I think it looks good. So that's it. That's the way it's gonna be. Back to work. Okay, I took the back off. I got my or at least 1 tube ready of silicone. That's what I used to glue. This goes right here because this is the lowest part. I tried to make the front look as level as possible. I don't know if you can see this corner over here, but this is very high. This is just right. This is pretty low over here too. So a bunch of glue over here. And a little bit here, and just a smidgen over here. Then I feel sorry for anybody who has to take this apart. I'll be long gone, so I won't have the ability to care, but this baby is going absolutely nowhere. Now then, I'm going to take these screws And this drill put every screw in every hole, and then it's time to put a different type of French cleat. This is a pretty heavy rock, pretty heavy little frame. And there you have it. Oh, and I've got me a marking pen. I've got the name, the genus and species of this fish, so I'm going to write that onto this and put a date on it, and I might even sign it. And then I'll put on the French cleat, which I did find more of my old French cleat material, which is nice because it can hold up to 300 pounds. This is probably 80 or 90 pounds. All the tools, screws, and bits I need to attach the French cleat. Okay, man, that's going nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Big long screw in here, goes into the frame. Big long screw way over here, goes into the frame. 3 of the medium screws go through the backing and into the fish. So it's, if it falls, it's going to be because of an earthquake, and the whole house will come down. The only way this is going to come off the wall. Okay, ready for the template. Okay, last step, besides actually hanging it, they take this piece of cardboard, nice flat, big enough for this piece, and I'm going to make it the same exact size as this frame, not these outer pieces, but the exact size of this frame, and then make very careful measurements and cut a little slot for this bottom piece here on one side, and then cut out a little slot for this piece over here, clear to here, so that when I hang this on the wall, knowing exactly where the fish is going to go, I'm going to have a slot over here and a slot over there. I know to make my pencil marks, and I know exactly where to hang this bottom French cleat, the piece that goes on the wall. So, back to work. And there she be. This template is ready to go. I sometimes use my walking chair as a rock slab hauling chair, and of course with the dog's help. Only took a couple of years to get to this point, but with the help of my son, it now hangs proudly above the TV where I get to look at it every single day.